So, welcome to the Young Dad Mindset. This is my first video on this channel, and today I want to explore the topic of balancing ambition as a young dad, because it's one of them topics which isn't really spoken about much of. And myself, I was 21 when I found out I was going to be a dad. Fast forward a couple of years, I've got a wonderful 10-month-old daughter now, and as I say, the ambition, that's an interesting topic really, because a little bit of background about myself and my upbringing and whatnot. I'll go into it in a lot more detail in another video, but essentially I always wanted to be a pilot. It was always my dream, and it still is to this day, and I'm not there yet. I do have a private pilot license, but I'm not where I want to be finally. But I want to particularly focus on the aspects of the ambition as a young dad, because the first type of reactions I got when I told people around me I was going to be a dad, my friends, family, all different people around me, it was, well, what are you going to do now? Are you just going to not do your goals? Like, is that it? And it was almost like a common pattern and a common theme, that there was this stigma around when you become a parent, everything stops. And I understand to an extent things do slow down, but it was very much a stigma of, that's it, you're becoming a dad now, that's it, that's where life stops. And it's an interesting thought really, because it sent me into quite a strange state for some time, and so many different emotions and thoughts and all different types of things went through my mind. I've got a broken leg, by the way, at the minute, well, broken ankle. So trying to crouch isn't the easiest, but anyway, it sent me through loads of different emotions and thoughts and different thought patterns, and I truly wanting to understand who I am as a person, what matters to me. And as I say, from growing up and being a young lad, being ambitious and being dedicated and striving towards this one goal of becoming an airline pilot was essentially my whole world. So and when you get them type of thoughts of people around you saying, well, you can't do that anymore, almost, and this type of attitude and this type of stigma, it made me ponder for a while, like, well, can I not? Am I doing something wrong in focusing on my own goals as well as being a dad? And the truth of the matter is, no. You're not. If you really, really are ambitious and you also really want to be a present, good dad, you can be both. In fact, I want to go one further and saying, if you are an ambitious, dedicated and driven dad, then you are almost in some ways, or you can be, I'm not saying it's a blanket rule, but you can be a more present dad. It's just about finding the balance. The key is finding the balance between being a present dad and having the ambition and the drive. And fast forward to where we are now, there are days where I'm with my daughter and I am just completely with my daughter, and that's all that matters. And I am in that zone and that present state of mind. But there are also other days where I'm focused and I'm dedicated and I'm focused on work and I'm focused on my mission and my goal and my drive. So it is possible to do both. It's not easy, but it is possible to do both. I think one of the biggest things that helps me with that is almost allocating time to specific things. So if I block out this chunk of time for X reason, if it is to work on myself or to work on something like that, that is purely what that's about. Of course, obviously, if there was something wrong, or if my daughter needed me or something like that, then you can switch. Obviously you need to switch, because that's just what being a good present dad is about. But having the ability to switch off and focus wholly and entirely on one aspect at a time is the best way to be able to drive and push and succeed, but also be a present dad. It's about finding that key balance between the two. yeah. But if you're going through something similar, for being a young dad and feeling a bit lost and not really sure what to do or what to think, or it, it's quite an isolating place, really. It really is, because you don't really have many people around you who relate with them type of struggles. I know myself, I didn't anyway. There wasn't many people around me who'd been through the same or was going through the same at that particular time in their lives. And it's a very personal journey. It is a very, very personal journey. Um, yeah, I'm thinking now, I'm thinking a lot about what it means to be a good dad and also be ambitious and driven. Yeah, it's an interesting concept, really, but I think the main take from this, really, is just allocating times to be set for different things. And, you know, if you are an ambitious, driven and present dad, in my eyes, that's the best dad you can be. Because them type of values and them type of morals, to be ambitious and to push and drive and be focused on something, they're the kind of values I want to instill into my daughter anyway. I'm not sure if you agree, but for me, they're the type of values which I want to instill. And what better way than being that person, you know, being that moral guidance and being that compass almost for your child. So yeah, I'll wrap up here. That's pretty much it. Balancing ambition and being present as a young dad, and I'm sure there'll be lots more to come. But thank you for sticking around if you have, and yeah, feel free to subscribe and come on the journey.